You know that feeling, right? You find the perfect grant, you're excited, and then you open the application. And all that creative energy just vanishes. Well, today we're going to flip that script. We're going to talk about how to turn that intimidating form into a powerful story that actually gets you the funding. Let's dive in.
Okay, so we've all been there. You've got this great idea, this project you're so passionate about. You open the application form, ready to go, and then you see it. That blinking cursor on a blank page. And suddenly, this wave of dread just washes over you. Where on earth do you even start?
Yeah, this thing. It's like it's mocking you, isn't it? The real challenge here isn't just filling in boxes. It's figuring out how to translate your passion into this cold corporate language they seem to want. But here's the secret. Trying to speak that language, that's exactly where most people go wrong.
And that leads us straight into what I call the bureaucracy trap. It's honestly the number one reason that so many amazing, deserving projects end up with a rejection letter. You read a question like this, and your brain just stalls out. It's so dense, it's packed with jargon, and it feels like it's specifically designed to make you sound like a robot. So what do? Our natural instinct is to try and match that tone, to sound just as formal and lifeless.
And that, right there, is the trap. The second you start writing like a form, your proposal just blends into the background. It becomes another document in a huge pile, full of buzzwords and zero personality. Seriously, put yourself in the reviewer's shoes for a second. They're reading hundreds of these things. If your proposal is forgettable, it's getting rejected. It really is that simple.
So how do we get out of this trap? It's simple, really. We stop writing for a form and we start writing for a person. So let's walk through 5 super practical ways to write a proposal that actually connects, stands out, and, wins.
First things first, I want you to completely flip your approach. Most people start with their mission, their goals, their objectives. Forget that. I want you to start at the finish line. Lead with the concrete, real-world results that are going to happen because they give you this money. Show them the destination before you even start talking about the journey. Just feel the difference here. Aims to support is, well, it's kind of weak, right? It's vague. But look at the alternative. We will hire 2 full-time technicians. That is a confident promise. It's specific. It immediately paints a picture of action and results, not just good intentions. And here's the bottom line on why this works so well. The people reviewing these grants have a job to do. They need to show a return on their investment. They need to justify their decisions. When you give them hard numbers and specific outcomes right up front, you're not just building your case, you're making their job a whole lot easier. Okay, number 2, this sounds so obvious, but you'd be shocked how many proposals get this wrong. You have got to drop the fancy buzzwords. Ditch the jargon. The goal here is to write like a human being, not a walking thesaurus. I promise you, clarity is your best friend.
I mean, come on, look at this. The first one is just a cloud of meaningless words. What does it even mean? But the second one? Boom. In 1 second, I know exactly what you do and who you do it for. It's direct, it's clear, and it makes me feel like you know what you're talking about. Again, think about that busy reviewer. They're scanning documents, trying to get the gist quickly. They do not have time to sit there and decode your complicated sentences. Using plain language isn't dumbing it down. It's showing respect for their time. And when they understand your impact on the very first read, that builds a ton of trust.
All right, our third strategy might just be the most powerful editing tool you ever use. For every single sentence you write in your proposal, I want you to stop and ask yourself one very simple, very direct question.
So what? Seriously, you're launching a new program? So what? You're buying new equipment? So what does that actually mean for people? Never, ever assume the reviewer is going to connect the dots for you. It's your job to explicitly tell them why your actions matter.
This is a perfect example. Launching a mobile van, that's the what. The so what is that it saves your rural customers $100 every single time. That's the impact. That's the powerful connection between what you do and how it changes someone's life. And that's what sticks in a reviewer's mind. Number 4 builds directly on that idea of making a human connection. It's time to stop writing in that stiff, third-person resume voice. You know the one. You need to start writing like the actual passionate person who runs this whole thing. Your real voice is your secret weapon. You can just feel the shift, right? The business was established, sounds so distant. But I started this business, now that tells a story. It has energy. It has ownership. You have to remember, grant funders aren't just investing in a business plan, they are investing in you. And that brings us to our final strategy, which really ties everything we've talked about together. Look, numbers and data are crucial. We need those. But stories are what make people care. A short, powerful story can be the spark that makes your entire proposal come alive.
Take Teresa's story. It's just one person, but it shows your impact more powerfully than a page full of statistics ever could. We don't just learn that you fixed a laptop. We learn that you helped someone rebuild her entire career. Now that is a story that a reviewer is going to remember.
Okay, so all of this sounds good in theory, right? But does this stuff actually work when the pressure's on? Let's look at a quick case study that shows these principles in action.
So there was this print shop in Michigan. They applied for a grant using all that formal, jargon-filled language we talked about, and they got rejected. Flat out. So they decided to rewrite it. This time, they used a clear, human voice. They focused on specific results and told a story about how they helped other local businesses. And the outcome? They got it, $25,000. The exact same grant they had been denied just a few weeks earlier. Think about that. Nothing about their business or their plan had changed, only the way they told their story. And this quote from the person who reviewed the grant, well, it says it all. After reading 40 proposals back to back, theirs was the only one that stood out. In a sea of boring, bureaucratic forms, the human story cut through the noise. It got remembered, and it got funded. The big takeaway here is that you don't need to stress out over your next grant application. You don't need to be a professional writer. You just need a system. So let's boil all this down into a simple blueprint you can use every single time. Here it is, your 5-step plan. Number 1, start with the result. Tell them what you'll deliver. 2, back that up with the actual steps and hard numbers. 3, use simple, active human language. 4, make it real with a short customer story. And finally, number 5, create urgency. Explain why this money matters right now. That's it. That's your roadmap. So the next time you're facing that blinking cursor, I want you to see it differently. Don't see an obstacle, see an opportunity. It's an opportunity to tell your story, to connect with another person, and to win the funding that your incredible work truly deserves. So the only question left is, what story will you tell?